Fran, all week you've been kind of, it seemed like the message you were giving these guys was, instead of thinking about what we don't have, let's look at this as an opportunity for other guys to showcase what they can do. Is this about what you wanted to see out of these guys?
Yeah, for the most part, I'll wait to see the film and see how we were defensively. At first thought, I don't think we were nearly good enough. Certainly give Central Michigan some of that credit, because I think Ziegler's really a tough guard for us. And then McBroom made a couple plays, and we let them up for air a little bit in the first half. We really needed to do a better job in the first half defensively. But, again, I'll wait till I see the film in terms of seeing the defense, but offensively we shot the ball well. 11 for 24 and threes is pretty good.
When you talk about reinventing yourself without Mike, is that a little easier to do offensively than it is defensively?
Well, sure it is. But at the same time, we have to pay attention to detail, and if we're getting pounded down inside a few possessions, which we did in the second half. I think for the most part we did what we wanted to do, but again, let me watch the film. But we have to cover for one another, and I didn't think we did as good a job as I would have liked. Yet the defensive numbers in the second half in terms of their shooting percentage was far less in the second half, which would indicate that maybe we did a decent job. But just too many good looks in my mind if we're going to continue to get better without Mike, without Scooty, whatever. Too bad. Aaron Brown's got an opportunity, and Aaron Brown really made the best of it today. So we're going to need everybody.
Did you plan to give Aaron a longer look today, or did he just kind of earn that with the way he was playing?
Well, he's arguably our hardest working player. I didn't think he has played great yet. Today I thought he played great. He got off. He got off in the first half by making a couple of jumpers. He had a couple of really nice plays in the second half where he made a reverse layup at the basket, and he did what he needed to do. And he got 5 rebounds today. If you look at his line, he's got other games where he's been playing 8 and 12 minutes and not getting that kind of rebound stat that he needs to get in order for us to feel good about playing him as much as we're going to play him.
Fran, when the threes don't go, how do you convince them without Eric out there that they can still win?
Well, I think we have enough firepower, certainly from the guard spot. I think all 3 of those guys are very, very good scorers. They need to just drive and kick a little bit more than we did today. We kicked some shots up there a little bit earlier than I would have liked. Trust in each other. And yet, Khalif gets 23 points, but gets a number of those at the foul line. I thought Moen was good in stretches and other stretches where he can't do what he did. He turned the ball over late in the game with 3 timeouts left and 10 seconds in the backcourt. It can't happen. It can't happen for a senior to do that. So it's those kinds of things that if we're going to be a good basketball team, we need to take advantage of every opportunity. No possessions wasted. And I thought we wasted a few today.
When you give Jimmy a few minutes early, is he a guy that you're going to have to throw in there from time to time just because of his height?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. And I said something that was funny. I said, "You shot the 3. Well, why?" And he's thinking that I'm angry with him shooting the 3. It was just, there was no need to step back. He had plenty of room. Again, I'll watch the film, but catch it in rhythm and shoot the ball. It wasn't like we were down 3 with 5 seconds to go and we needed a 3. Catch it in rhythm and shoot the ball. And he's a very good shooter, and he's a good basketball player. What he doesn't have yet is the requisite strength and quickness that we're going to need if he's going to play extended minutes. Love to get him in there. That's one of the things I said to our guys. We needed to put more space between us and them to get Jimmy, to get Will Cummings opportunities. We chose not to. That'll drive you crazy as a coach.
Coach, you were up 24 at one point. They kind of Khalif said that you had some particularly harsh words during the timeout. What did you say?
Same thing you would have said had you been in my position. Listen, fellas, let's relinquish the opponent. You're yelling, screaming, and fussing and cussing. That's what we do. It's what all coaches do. We got to do a better job, and we got to think possession to possession, each one on offense and on defense, and do the best job we can. In a stretch there, we took advantage. We took a step back and said, we have a sizable lead here. We don't have to work that hard. I can guarantee you that was the attitude, and that's so we spoke of attitude with them.
What's the latest on Scooty?
I think in another couple of weeks he'll be able to run with some decent speed. I would say we could be seeing him at the end of the month. That would be great if we can. Because we need him. We need his voice. We need his leadership. He's been great. He hasn't played a minute. He's been great for us.
What have these first few weeks been like for you guys? I mean, we had to see what this team was going to be like without Avoid defensively, and then you knew you were going to be without Scooty for a while. Then Mike gets hurt. How much just mixing and matching and all sorts of scenarios do you have to just go through to kind of get this team on the page?
Well, you know, I think that's why you coach. You're trying to put a team out there that has some sort of efficiency to it, and everybody's got a role and perform that role. And sure, you're going to miss a guy to Mike's size a little bit, but too bad. You know, we can't ever feel sorry for ourselves. We got good players. Let's go out and play. But you got to play harder and smarter and tougher. You know, take care of the ball. We had too many turnovers tonight. But I think we have the makings of a good basketball team. How good? We're going to have to play with a couple of guys out. Again, it's fun. It's just fun to be playing basketball and give everybody an opportunity to play.
Do you guys respond a little quicker to that now because of the fact that you guys played shorthanded down the stretch, or is it just a completely different team and new year?
You know, I think every team's different. You could have the same guys come back from year to year, and your chemistry's different for whatever reason. And I think our chemistry, we're still developing it. You know, and, again, it'll change when Scooty comes back. It'll change when Mike gets back. We're going to have to work within that system. And again, you get a game like today where Aaron Brown steps up and does what he does. It was great to see. I was just very happy for Aaron Brown because, again, he's probably our hardest worker.
Coach, earlier this year you said that Aaron to be successful needs to shoot the three well, and then not be a good defender, but a great defender. He obviously had a three-gun day. What did you see from him?
Yeah, I thought he was better defensively than this was his best game by far, obviously from an offensive standpoint because he made shots, from a defensive standpoint because I think he understood what his role was today. He was on Ziegler a number of possessions. I thought he did a pretty good job of overplaying him, not letting him catch it. So I think everything he did today was pretty much on target.
Coach, how would you assess Anthony's defensive performance in Mike's absence?
Yeah, just okay today. Not as good as he had been in previous games. There was a post feed late in the game that it can't happen. He's got to do a better job of three-quartering it. The pass came from up top down to the strong side block, and he's got to do a better job of denying that pass to get there. He's a freshman. He's 6 games into his college career. I'll fuss and cuss with him, but when I yell at him, I will be yelling because I think he can do better. At the same time, I'm taking a step back saying, you know, he's going to make those kinds of mistakes.
Coach, at one point he was pretty small. He was Rulier, TJ, Khalif, Aaron Brown. There might have been somebody else. But at that point, obviously not ideal, but is that something you're comfortable doing with Rulier, basically playing the big man in that situation?
Well, again, you'd rather not, but we're not blessed with myriad of options. That's what we got, and let's everybody tough it out a little bit. If we get a guard being posted by a big, well then don't play behind him. Try to get around in front of him, and the guys on the other side will try to help you. And we'll continue to work at that as we go through these next coming weeks, and hopefully we'll get better at it when we do go small. Thank you.
Again, that's the 23rd session of Wayne Sports Center for the new building record. Career highs by Aaron Brown in points, league-wide assists, season